Alright, time now is 10:42 a.m. in the morning on August 22nd. Yeah. Um I slept from 5:30 to 10:30. I pretty much immediately fell asleep. Let's say 5:40-ish. So that is about 4 hours and 50 minutes. Fuck, I'm so tired. I'm so tired, it's not even funny. I'm so sleepy, it's not even funny. Um, I don't know why I agreed to meeting up with Thomas because I'm so fucking sleepy. And I swear I will sleep earlier tonight, and by that I mean 4:30 or before that, like 4 a.m., hopefully. Um, yeah, I don't know why I agreed to meet up with Thomas. I wanna sleep right now. I wanna sleep so hard. I'm so tired after yesterday. Oh my god. But yeah, anyways, there we go. The alarm is already off. So I guess Cindy had woken up. I did check on Cindy at around 3 a.m. I knocked on her door and I hear her yelling my name after I knock on her door, so she's probably taking a shower. So and she sounds fine, so I'm just guessing she's fine. So I left. That's all. So yeah, I'm just gonna quickly do quick album reviews. Two quick album reviews, and then I'm just gonna go out to meet Thomas and then discuss. And then when I come back home, I think I have two movies to watch. Oh my god, I'm so tired. Yeah. And we'll see. I don't know why. I slept at 5:30 last night, but I should have slept earlier, you know? If I want to beat this jet lag, I don't know what's going on with me. It's just so difficult. Like LA to Hong Kong jet lag is easy to fix because you sleep later and then you wake up later and boom. But Hong Kong to LA is you sleep earlier and we wake up earlier, and that's very difficult. So, yeah, yeah. Yeah, not much else, you know. I'm just gonna keep it low key. Um, Again, like I said, I hope Aika ends up in my class. I know I say this every day, but you know, really 50-50 gamble. Real 50-50 gamble right there. Um, I'd like to say though, if Aika doesn't end up in my class, I need to have a backup plan, you know? I need to have I need to be prepared for that to happen. A, I need to be prepared. B, I need to have a backup plan. Um, I'm gonna eat some cereal now. Fruit Loops, milk. I realize that. Oh my god, I don't even want to eat cereal. I don't even want to eat fucking bread. Even though I haven't eaten that in a while. And by bread, I mean American bread. I don't know, man. I just don't miss American food at all. I realize I don't miss American food at all. Just fuck that, you know. Whatever I cooked last night was impressive. It was a lot of calories. But I just do not miss American food at all, you know. Yeah. Alright, I'm at Century City. Thomas isn't here yet. Tired as fuck. Kill me. Kill me.
Man.
couple days ago. This place looks completely dead. I think it's open. Is it open? Well, that was extremely exhausting. Time now is 5:51. Time to take the bus back home for a whole freaking hour. Let's go. All right, time now is 7:37 p.m. on August 22nd. Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly talk about what happened today and talk about my thoughts and feelings and I don't know, man. So yeah, I left my apartment like I was told to, and I arrived at the Century City Mall again for the umpteenth time outside of the H&M store to meet up with Thomas, the Chinese dude. And at that point, it was around 12:30, and then Thomas was like, "Are you hungry?" And I'm like, "Eh." And he's like, "Okay, I'm not hungry too. You know what? Let's go to." So before I went there, he actually texted me like, "Oh, would it be cool if we go to our college campus together? Because I need to go to the library to borrow a book, a textbook for my class, from my geography class or geology class, and maybe we could also go to the side campus, CMD, to goof around and snoop around and whatever, and then we'll go to my apartment to talk about script writing club." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So when I arrived at the Century City Mall, he was like, "Are you hungry?" And I'm like, "Eh. I mean, I can eat food. I can eat food anytime. I don't care if I'm hungry or not or whatever. I will have to eat food if I have to eat food at this point." But he's like, "Oh, I'm not hungry. You know what? Let's go to the college campus." Dude, I fucking wasted a whole ass dollar, and I know a dollar is not that much, but I wasted a whole dollar just to get to Century City Mall, and now you're telling me to go the complete opposite way and then come back to the Century City Mall to eat lunch? Hell no. So, we almost left, but at the end I was like, okay, you know, there's not much food around our college campus. Like, if we have to go to the college campus now, let's just have lunch there. But I don't know what sort of food there is around there. So he's like, "Fine, let's get food here." So I quickly got food. I bought Chipotle, and this time I bought more. So I had a carnitas bowl with white rice, lettuce, guacamole, onions, and tomatoes. And it's actually a lot, and it's actually not bad, with black beans as well. And it actually doesn't taste bad at all. It's pretty nice, pretty filling, you know. I didn't finish it all actually, because I wasn't that hungry. And then I also ordered tortilla chips with salsa. I only ate a couple chips. I actually brought them back, but I threw the salsa away. So I'll eat them for dinner. But yeah, you know, it was all right, and it was like $15 US. A little expensive, but you know what? I got this chips at least, and I can have that for dinner. So, you know, not a waste. And then afterwards, we did then go to the college campus, and this is the second time I've gone to the main campus since round 2 has begun, and it's dead. It's dead and empty. Not a lot of people. Complete opposite of the whole VIP day thing. Um, and then we went to the library, and apparently it's closed. And then we went to the humanities and social science building, HSS, because that's where Thomas will be having his geology class. So we went to the classroom. Apparently, it's right opposite to the classroom I used to go to for abnormal psychology. And then I was like, okay, you know what? Let's go to the science building because I want to know which classroom do I go to for biology next Monday. So we actually went there, found out about it, cool, and then we went back. And then Thomas like, okay, let's go to CMD now, and I'm like, okay. Is it necessary though? You know what? Let's directly go to your apartment. But if we do directly go to his apartment, then we would have to take the bus and the metro, and it's going to be a mess. So at the end, we did go to the CMD because that would actually be the better route. So we went to the CMD and we walked around, goofed around, and I checked out my classroom for film history class. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then we talked about, stuff. We talked about film school application, whatever. And then afterwards, we took a bus. That was around 3 p.m.-ish, or actually 2:30-ish. We took a bus from CMD to Thomas's apartment. And we went there, and I already went to his apartment yesterday. I went there again today, because why the fuck not, So I went there, I sat down, and we talked about the script writing club stuff, the planning and all that. And I was so tired. I mean, like I said, earlier this morning, the fact that I have to wake up early, I'm already extremely tired. I just don't want to do anything. I don't want to have to do with anything. So yeah, script writing club is interesting, but honestly, the ultimate reason, I'm going to be really 100% honest here, the ultimate reason why I joined this script writing club is so that so that when I do university applications or when they interview me, I can bring this up and they could see that, and that would give me a higher chance to enter university. But the second reason is to network, is to make more friends, because if I'm the vice chairperson, then I'll have to meet a bunch of people. I have to. So that's that. And what actually happens with the club, I don't really care all that much, honestly. However, I do want to do something fun and special for the club, because the club has always been kind of dead and small and not really interesting. So there's that. But clearly, Thomas was really passionate about it, and he's like, okay, let's set a timeline. He's like, oh, I got an idea, the pitch idea. I want to do panels. I want to ask guest speakers to do these panels. And I also brainstormed ideas. I wanted to do a survey. I want to do a Google form survey and ask people, what genre of story would you like to write? And group people by that and then have them do a project sort of thing. I want in-person meetups. It could be Thomas was like, oh, we could do a boba meetup or an ice cream meetup, even though I don't drink boba. Yeah, I also thought about anonymous scripts, because a lot of people write scripts, but when they realize that their names are attached to it, they hold back because they don't want to embarrass themselves. But if it's anonymous, then they can write whatever they want. It's going to be whack. It's going to be problematic, and it's great. I like that stuff. So I was like, you know what, we should do this anonymous script thing. And Thomas was like, yeah, it's a good idea, but people can steal those ideas. People can steal those script ideas if no name is attached to it. So at the end, I'm like, okay, they'll have to submit a name, but only both of us will know. So there's that. And then Thomas saw that I clearly am not like into this enough, and he saw that I want to go home, so he's like, okay, fine, you just go home. So I went back home around 6:30. I just rested, basically. A couple of interesting things. When we left the main campus and we were waiting for the bus to take from the main campus to CMD, we saw Theo, but we didn't say hi to him, but I recognize him because I have very sharp eyes. I always recognize people before they recognize me. It's always me. I always do that first. I don't fucking know why, but I always see people and they don't see me. Maybe it's because I'm super sensitive with people's faces and their existence and all that. maybe I'm just super alert, but like I could tell if someone is super far away and I know that person, and I'm like, oh my god, okay, that's him. But yeah, we did run into Theo, but we didn't say hi to him. He isn't aware that we're there. Another thing is while waiting for the bus towards the CMD, so Thomas didn't wear a mask at all throughout the whole day, and he said, "Well, I'm not gonna wear this disgusting blue thing because it's against my beliefs." And I'm like, okay, which is a little lame, a little right-wing Republican talking point, you know. And Thomas is very much a conservative dude. You know, he's Christian, and he hates it when people talk about race. And I get it, it's annoying, but he really hates it. He said he dislikes the movie Get Out because he's like, oh, why does it have to be about race? You know, I don't like it. So it's interesting. And I'm very much the opposite of him, almost. I mean, not really the opposite. I mean, he hates the Chinese government as well. And I hate the Chinese government as well, but I feel like he's more right leaning, I'm more left leaning, and he's more surface level. I'm way more sentimental, and I wouldn't call myself complex, but I would say I overthink things, you know. And okay, I'll get into that a little later. But yeah, we didn't talk much. I realized that because of how surface level Thomas's personality can be, um, I ended up not being able to speak to him all that much. Juxtapose it with the guy who interviewed me. The video is not up yet, but if it's out, I will definitely repost it on YouTube. But the guy has vision. The guy has experiences. Yeah, the guy is I wouldn't say he's the most complex person ever, but I can speak to the guy a lot more for some reason than Thomas. Like, it's just awesome, and this brings me back to the same principle, right? I spent 22 days living with my first host, and I never once revealed 1%, not even 1% of my own personality to her. All she knows about me is I'm Enoch, I'm from Hong Kong, I like movies, and what my family does, and all the basic shit, how old I am. I'm not even going to reveal 1% of who I truly am to her because I don't trust her at all, and I feel like she won't understand. If I reveal everything I know and I think to her, her mind will break because, not because I'm powerful or something, but because her life and her viewpoint and her attitude and her mindset is so different from mine that she's gonna think I'm an alien psychopath and she wouldn't understand. She is a 60 something, 70 something year old white woman living in California, a very closeted life, a very American Cheerios and orange juice type lifestyle. What do you know about a politically struggling young Hong Kong man who struggled with loneliness and and stuff like that, you know? She would not understand me at all. Whereas I met Potter for the first time. We ate at KFC. One conversation later, we are already telling each other a lot of deep thoughts. Why? Because it's never about time. I realize this, if you want to deeply connect with someone, it's never about time. It's always about how well you really match with that person, I guess. So yeah, you know, I and Pepper, we knew each other since mid-February. But honestly, if Pepper's right in front of me right now, I wouldn't dare to really reveal myself to her, even though I have deep talk with her. But that doesn't mean shit. If Pepper knows an ounce of what I'm going through in life, the loneliness, the struggle of finding my own identity, right? Or if I know an ounce of what's going on in her life, maybe I would be like, holy shit. Maybe she would be like, holy shit. But the thing is, we don't match. That's the truth, man. So I feel that thing with Thomas is that, yeah, I feel comfortable around him. I can joke around, and you know, I I got so bored today, and I would sing, and I hit the chair with my hands, and he's like, please stop. And I was so thirsty, I drank my whole bottle of water, and I went to his apartment, and I was like, can I get some more water? I'm so thirsty. And he's like, sure. So I get the water, and the water's cold because it's from the fridge. A pitcher. I fucking hate the word pitcher now because of the first host. But it's a pitcher, right? I poured water into my bottle, the same thing I did yesterday, and the water's cold, so the bottle starts sweating. And I just put it on the table, and he's like, "Oh, you need a coaster, because it's wet down there." So he used his own notebook, and he's like, "Hey, here, use this as a coaster." But I'm like, why would I use your own notebook for a coaster? You need to write on it, you know? So I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm going to use paper towels. And he's like, no, please don't. And I'm like, okay. So yeah. But, yeah, I'm comfortable around him, you know? It's just that I cannot truly vibe with him. On the buses, how many bus rides have I took with him? So today, from Century City Mall to main campus is 2 bus rides. Main campus to CMD, 1 more, and then CMD to the apartment for 1 more. So 4 bus rides today. And in all of these bus rides, I'm just looking at Instagram and looking at Twitter, not really talking to him all that much because I realize I can't. If I talk to him about my thoughts about Ica, about Pepper, all that much, I mean, I did mention Ica and Pepper, but if I talk to him about all of my thoughts like I am right now, he's going to find me absolutely horrifying. But if I say the same few things to someone who clearly knows me, like maybe Leia or Pink, or maybe even Natalie, they wouldn't think the same. You know, they wouldn't think I'm a psychopath because they know me, man. They know me. So, yeah, that's the case. And that, I guess, again, I'm the antithesis. Thomas tries his very best to be positive, and he even says, you know, oh, you know, I want to spread positivity, you know, and given how shallow his personality is, you know, what's up, you know, that's life, you know, whatever, you know, you can do it, whatever. And I realize how important I am in this situation because I want to spread negativity, which seems very villainous, and that's true, it is villainous, but I have to do it. Because he's spreading positivity, now I have to spread negativity to balance it out. And I'm so glad I'm the vice chairperson because now it's almost like 2 conflicting forces, you know, and it has to happen. Okay, it has to happen. And again, I like artsy stuff. He hates artsy stuff. Yeah, I'm like artsy and edgy and quirky, and he's the opposite of that. Very much true. I mean, there's that girl who followed me, and I followed her first, but she followed me back on Letterboxd, who is a huge cinephile, who's also from Hong Kong. She's also kind of in the same wavelength, you know, artsy, edgy, and quirky. And she and John L also follow each other, but John L is very much not like her. John L is more like humanistic and optimism, but also in a real way. It's so interesting, you know, like different, you know, artistic visions and styles. But anyways, I digress. Yeah. But I think I don't know why, but throughout the whole day I was just kind of dejected, not sad, but I feel like I don't know if it's because I left Hong Kong again for the second time, and I have realized because I rested a bit, because I felt comfort in Hong Kong. I felt comfort and I felt nice. And then I have to go back. And it made me almost, it reminds me how dry and bland my life in LA can be, but also the fact that LA is just bland and dry in general. Like, It's all homeless and shit and piss and expensive healthcare and people with plastic surgeries lumping around in these goddamn sandy, wide ass streets in the hot, dry sun, tall ass palm trees. Like, LA is just a fucking grid, just a bunch of vertical and horizontal lines and a bunch of cool, fancy, modern art buildings, people waving around their phones with TikToks. Like, it's actually really lame and boring. Whereas in Hong Kong, like when I went to Miriam's place, even that walking towards her place, even that is more entertaining because the buildings at the sides are kind of old and depressing, but it's also fun and has a lot of style. Like, LA is so fucking boring, man. And on top of that, I'm also the fact that I only hung out with Thomas 3 times. 3 fucking times, right? And that's it. It's been 5, 6 days since I've arrived. And it's and every time I leave my apartment, it's either Ralph's, Nijia Market, or Thomas. And that's it. If that's all life offers for me in round 2, then it's gonna be absolutely boring, okay? Pepper's gone, man. Pepper's gone, and she'll be back, but she's gone. JT's gone. Okay, JT though. Okay, JT's a nice girl. Even though she's a very surface level, yeah, dancing life, woo, I'm gonna take a bunch of selfies, woo. Even though JT's that kind of person, JT's nice because JT, again, I've said this many times, but JT is the kind of girl who constantly updates herself, constantly checks on the people around her, even though she's not close to me, okay? JT isn't close to me, JT doesn't know jack shit about me. But JT would still, like, once in a while talk to me. Like, last night, JT actually asked me, oh, do you need to do a COVID test to go back to LA? And I said, no. And she's like, oh, nice. And I said, yeah. That's it. She didn't have to ask me. She could have asked anyone else. She could have asked literally anyone else. But she asked me. Maybe she did ask someone else. But she decided to ask me. Why? Because who cares? Because JT just checks up on people. She's an extrovert, and she stays extroverted. That's her style, man. That's her social style. So yeah, there's that. But yeah. I doubt JT will hang out with me, and that's okay. That's JT is someone that I'm fine if I don't hang out with her at all for the rest of my life, But she will keep DMing me from time to time, and maybe I'll DM her back, as a nice gesture. But yeah, if that is all there is, if Church, Nijia, Ralph's, The Well, and Thomas is all there is to my college life in round 2, then I might as well stay in Hong Kong and suffer, because this is bad. This is boring, okay? I need entertainment. I'm worried. I know my school life hasn't, round 2 of college of round 2 hasn't even started yet. I'm already worried that it's going to be boring, because it had happened to me before. 2020, 2021 were boring, aside from the eventful August. But it was boring for me. It did happen, and I don't want that to happen again, So I don't know. I really hope Aika ends up in my class. 50-50 gamble. Oh my god. It's every single day passes, and every single day I'm like, okay, please, 50-50. And Thomas himself isn't even sure that he's going to film it this Friday. So there's actually a chance that I'll never fucking see Aika again. And it's funny because that VIP welcome day festival thing that my college held, that was also the first time Thomas saw Aika in real life. For me, it's probably the second time. It's either the first or the second time. I don't know if it was really her in the fireworks. It has to be her. I have to ask her to find out. So it's either the first or the second time. I don't fucking know. The world is a mystery, man. The world is a mystery. Oh my god. And I don't know why I feel so dejected today. I'm not sad. I'm just I just don't know what to do. I realized like my life has boiled down to, is Aika gonna end up in my class or not? That's all my life is right now. In this freaking bedroom. And if it's not that, I'll keep watching movies, keep reviewing stuff on YouTube, keep buying food, cooking food, live, drink water, whatever. That's all my life is now. And I feel so simple. I feel like a single-celled organism. Right? I don't know why. Maybe it's because I watched Evangelion last night and it's messing up with me psychologically, I guess. But yeah, And honestly, I highly doubt I'll be able to see that many people. I'll be able to meet that many people with this script writing club thing. Oh, I guess one more thing to mention. In Thomas's apartment, we did talk about transfers again, and Thomas did say that people like Jorge. So we mentioned Jorge because Jorge ended up in USC, and Thomas was like, "Oh, Jorge went in partially because of his ethnicity, because he's his ethnicity." So I thought, oh, because he ain't white. So if you're not white, you get extra points. So I'm like, oh, I mean, we can go in with our ethnicity too. We're both East Asian, albeit I'm more East Asian than you because And then Thomas said no. Because apparently universities hate Asians. They hate us. They, if you're a Hispanic, if you're a Latino, if you're black, if you're an Arab, if you're South Asian. But if you're East Asian though, there's a problem. And I'm like, what? Why? Apparently it's because we do too well. That's why our chances are actually a bit lower. So we are actually the second last. In terms of race, like white people are last, okay? They have the lowest chance to get into, like if there's a white person and a black person who have equally as great personal essays and GPA and everything, they're going to get the black person. White people have the lowest priority right now because diversity, in the name of diversity. But then the second lowest is actually East Asians because we do too well, and universities are afraid of that. UCLA and USC are flooded with Asians, okay? Flooded with Chinese. And they are like, okay, we've had enough of them. That is an extremely huge problem for me. But, a huge but. John L. exists. How did he do it? Well. I've got to ask the man. Also tonight I will probably message this guy on Discord. I thought I messaged him earlier this morning. Apparently I didn't. Maybe I thought I did because it was in a dream or something. But this guy on Discord who got accepted into UCLA. Also, maybe the acceptance rate of USC is a bit higher than UCLA. Stupidly, because even though USC is the top film school in the world, but maybe it's a bit higher because apparently Thomas knows 3 people who successfully went into USC. That includes Nicole, the dancer, and that's also partially because Nicole's father is a USC alumni. She went into the script writing program right now. Also, Jorge, Pepper's friend, and then some other guy. I don't know who. But Thomas knows 0 people who successfully went to the UCLA film program. And I don't know anyone as well aside from that guy, so it's a little concerning. Maybe UCLA is truly the most difficult of the most difficult, and if that's the case, then I need to burn down this apartment, and yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna wrap it up right now, real quick, 1 sec. It's 2:10 a.m. I'm gonna try to sleep earlier. I'm so sleepy, I almost fell asleep. Just watched a movie, Naked Killer, and I'll be watching Pink Floyd The Wall like a minute later. Double feature, if you will. I finished editing my college video. I'm ready to rest, really. I'm just tired as hell. And yeah, that's that. I don't know, actually. I have nothing to say. I mean, I cooked dinner. It was nice. I finished all the tortilla chips from Chipotle. With carne asada, flap steak beef, um, with potatoes and a little bit of bean sprouts. So that's all the vegetables I had today. A little bit of bean sprouts. Unfortunately, that's all I had. As well as a little bit of lettuce and avocado and a little bit of tomatoes during lunch. But yeah, that's all the vegetables I've had today, unfortunately. Which is not a lot, but welcome to America, I guess. Um, it's fine. At least it's way better than whatever the first host gave me. I had to stuff oranges in my mouth 2 a.m. in the morning to replenish some of my vegetables need, my crave for vegetables. But yeah, it's all good. And I have passed 2,000 calories. I don't need to eat any candies or ice cream later. I did eat some today afternoon, but I don't need to eat any now. Because I crossed 2,000. I'm all good, man. Save the candy for tomorrow. Second of all, I'm full as hell. So yeah, there's that. Nothing else. So again, um, you know what? I'm saying this right now just as a ritual. Please, Aika, end up in my class, please. Um, that's all. One more thing is I realized that the Laimla Theater in LA is not that far away from my house. From my apartment, if I take bus number 4, I can actually get there real quick, about 10 to 20 minutes, maybe half an hour ish, but I can get there, right? And the thing is, today when I went to Thomas's apartment and it passed by the Laimla Theater, I was like, ooh, a theater. And then I looked, oh, it's Laimla. I know that place. I've heard of it. And then I looked at the board, because usually it shows what movie is playing. And then I saw Blue Island, and I'm like, oh, right. So there's this documentary called Blue Island, and it's a documentary about the suffering Hong Kongers, suffering all the politics and stuff like that, And I want to watch that shit. But then at the same time, I don't know if it's a waste of time. It's $12. So, not cheap, but I wouldn't say that expensive, right? And it's playing, and then after next week, all gone. So it's my only chance this week. So you know what? Tomorrow, complete rest. Wednesday, I go to Ralph's. Thursday, I'm gonna go watch. Regardless if I have to go to the shoot or not on Friday. If the shoot is happening or not on Friday. Thursday, I think I'll go watch Blue Island. That's very much that. And yeah, and I may do online ticket booking because I'm scared all the seats will be taken. But yeah, that's that. All right, time now is 3:34 p.m. on August 23rd. It's my grandma's birthday, so shout out to my grandma. Um yeah, let's talk about sleep. Yeah, last night I was like, okay, tonight I'm gonna sleep a big, fat, juicy, thick sleep. And of course, that did not happen. I went to bed at 5 a.m. Actually, a little bit earlier. I went to bed at 4:55-ish, but let's call it 5. Immediately fell asleep because I'm tired as hell. And first of all, 9:30 I woke up because somebody turned off the air conditioning. But I wasn't mad about it. I'm used to it already. And I quickly fell back asleep anyways, so that's nice. Alright. Yeah, I actually did go out of my room, turn back on the aircon, and then go back to my bathroom, wash my hands, and go back to sleep. That happened, whole process. And then 12:30, I woke up again. This time, the aircon's still on, but it's Beyonce time. So once again, Cindy played Beyonce. And I think she played the second half of Summer Renaissance this time, and only that. And it was sped up for some reason. But after the album ended, she kept playing music. She kept going and going and going and going and going. And it's all black women. all black woman music, I guess. And it just kept going and going and going and going and going, and it just did not stop at all. So I waited for it to stop. So yeah, because music is definitely a sleep killer for me. So yeah, 1:30, I finally fell back asleep. Also, at one point I did go back out. I thought the aircon is turned off, but I did feel a wind of sorts. Turns out Cindy Cindy turned up the temperature from 60 something Fahrenheit to 70 something Fahrenheit. What the fuck, right? So I turned it back down to 60 something, and then I went back to sleep. And so 1:30, I did fall asleep. She left. And then at 2:30, I woke up briefly, and I'm like, all right, time to wake up. And I didn't. And then at 3:20-ish, I did wake up. So here I am. So that is a tumultuous sleep. That is about from 5 to 3:20. That is a lot. That is 10 hours 20 minutes, but minus 1.5 hours. So that's about 9 hours, less than 9, which is good. I'll take it. So yeah, that's that. So today's going to be a very chill day. I'm not going to do anything of importance. I'm going to film a couple reviews, edit some videos, watch a lot of movies, finish watching Pink Floyd The Wall, watch 3 episodes of Eva, watch Paprika tonight. Maybe I'll do the laundry because I have tons of dirty clothes. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But there are also a couple of things that I haven't done. I planned to do yesterday, but I was too tired and I procrastinated. One thing is to text over Discord. This guy, so again, like I said many times, on Discord, sir, on the Film Club Discord, there's a transfer section and people are discussing, which school they went into. There's a guy who went into UCLA, and he's the only person I've ever known that had successfully done that. So I need to ask him, how did he do it? That's one. I guess another thing is, yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. Oh yeah, and I'll probably go online and buy a movie ticket for Blue Island, for Thursday, because it may, all the seats may get taken because it's so damn rare, the screenings. Okay, furthermore, last night I and Zara spoke a little bit because Zara had finally left. Zara left Hong Kong and went to the USA. And she transited at LAX, and she's going to Florida right now. The fuck? Alright, but yeah, and Zara's alone, Zara's first time solo trip. So I and Zara talked a little bit after she arrived at LAX, and she talked about how annoying it is. Like, wow, I had to get my luggage back and then drop them again. Like, that's so stupid. And I'm like, I know. I had to do that too. I forgot to tell Zara that. Yeah, anyways, Zara had arrived in Florida this morning, and she texted me over WhatsApp. She said, wow, I miss Hong Kong now. Like, I understand how you feel now. Can we chat? Can we call? And I'm like, yeah, sure, except I just woke up. And it's like 6 a.m. in Hong Kong time, so she's probably asleep. Sleep well, Zara. Your American experience has begun. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know if Cindy's out or not, but like random noise is happening out there. It's almost like I'm in a horror movie. But yeah, Zara's American experience has begun because she suddenly learned out of the blue that she had to pick up her bags and then put it in the bag drop, and it's super frustrating. And welcome to the USA. There will be more pain and suffering for you. More to come. Maybe not as much as I do have to suffer because I'm legit studying and staying here. But more suffering will come to you, and you will realize how good living in Hong Kong is, minus the political stuff. I don't know what's happening outside. Holy shit. But yeah, if Hong Kong is a free place, like democratic and free, I would stay in there so much. I guess that's one of the reasons why I had to leave. Again, the three F's, right? Freedom, film, friendship. So yeah. I haven't received any news from my school yet, but I did just receive an email from Biology 3, so that's interesting. I want to know if Aika will end up in my class. Please let me know. Also, apparently JT is also coming back today, so that's happening. And I believe that's all. I believe that's that, and there's nothing else really to talk about or anything. I want to edit my short film. Oh, I also spent a little time drawing a couple nights ago because I think about life. I edited my college update video, my thoughts update video for the part where I had dinner with Natalie and Cedric in Causeway Bay, and I miss them, but they're not them, you know. So I want to draw them. By them, I mean the them I know, you know. So I just drew them, you know. I tried my very best to redraw Natalie. It doesn't look very great, but I'm gonna practice. Oh, also, Keith had some sort of lunch or dinner with Bernice, alongside with Max. The good old days, huh? The good old days. Long time no see, haha, and I'm good for them. Keith seems like a sociable person now. I don't know what the hell he's thinking or doing, but yeah, you know. I hope Brittany's all right. I hope they're all right, I guess. Ancient history. Yeah, it would be really fucking cool if Bernice, I, and Cedric and Mary could come back together for like a stupid ass lunch or something, except that's never ever going to happen. It would be even cooler for Team Cyan to come back together physically and actually take a selfie, because that had actually never happened. I mean, we were together, but that never happened. Like, we never actually like took a photo of ourselves. Basically, we were never actually friends. It's actually a very interesting like period of time. Like, we only became, well, we were never friends. We have sat together in close proximity and talked to each other physically. That's the Hamlet discussion thing. But before we had to do the Hamlet oral English project, that's the only instance we have sat together. Like, it's so weird, it's so trippy thinking about the past, you know. But yeah, you know, I hope everybody's doing all right, and yeah, I won't ever see those people again. I can dream, but it will never happen, and it's all right. It's all right. I've accepted that. I'm ready to move on with life. I'm ready. I said goodbye to Mary. I said goodbye to everyone, and actually, I never said goodbye to Mary. Actually, but that's okay. There's no point in doing that anymore. Everything's pointless now. And yeah, that is all for today. I'm going to Ralph tomorrow, Blue Island, Lamela Theater on Thursday, Friday, maybe the shoot, and then once this whole jet lag thing is over, I will tell the Chinese boss lady and Hannah that I'm going back, and I will probably go to the church this Sunday, because otherwise I wouldn't know where the hell to go and I would be really lonely. And I don't know, man. I realize that I'm going to turn 20 soon. I'm going to do a live stream. That's the best thing I could do, really. When I turn 20, right? On that day, I'm going to order something epic on Grubhub. By epic, I mean below $30, right? I'm going to have a nice meal, have a nice drink. I'm going to watch a damn great movie, and I'm going to have a live stream. And that's it, really. It's not like Pepper doesn't even know my birthday. Actually, nobody here knows my birthday, other than Jonah, because Jonah randomly asked me out of nowhere. Yeah. Yeah, I will go to the church. Jonah will probably know this. Jonah probably wrote this somewhere, and on that day, like around that day, like a Sunday before, Jonah will probably be like, "Oh, yo, happy birthday." That's probably gonna happen, and that's it, and that's okay. That's okay, man. I don't even know Thomas's birthday. It's okay. I and other people, like whoever is speaking to me, will truly be intimate when we ask each other for their birthdays. Uh, Unless you're a leader of a team of Sunday school Bible study, some sort of fellowship. But aside from that, you know, if I ask Pepper when's her birthday, that's like, okay, we're entering new grounds, you know. But yeah, I don't know. All right, time now is 12:36 after midnight. I just spent about 7 or 8 minutes talking to myself over the phone, like I am right now, and I guess I just didn't see the time, the storage space, but my phone crashed, and it's the second time today my phone crashed. I don't know what happened. The first time it wasn't even because of storage space, so my phone crashes because of storage space. Okay, but anyways, okay, I'm gonna reiterate every single goddamn word I've just said all over again. I'm fucking amazing. Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna talk about what happened today. 4 words, say it with me, guys. Nothing important happened today. That's right, folks. Nothing important happened today. Really, nothing happened. I stayed at home, chill. Ooh, I still got the laundry. Still haven't taken the laundry out from the washer and the drying machine. And yeah, that's all. I texted the guy over Discord. I still haven't received anything from him yet. I hope he does reply because I really need it. Everybody online talks about getting into USC, getting into LMU, but nobody ever talks about going into the UCLA program, a film program. I want to know some tips and advice. So there's that. And yeah. I spoke with Zara a little bit. Zara made it to Florida right now, and apparently she has a friend, someone who's also going to the same school she would be going to, or maybe someone else, I don't know. But she arrived and she was at some restaurant, and she said she's gonna call me a little bit later today, or maybe not. So I don't know. I'm waiting for that call, and I hope she's all right. I hope she's doing well. This is the first time she's living alone, and she will be feeling the same things I'm feeling, and it's going to be insane. I hope she can psychologically take it. Oh boy. And yeah. Uh, Grandma called me a little bit because she's sending me mooncakes. So there's that. That's pretty cool. I like that shit. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I cooked myself dinner at around 10 p.m. I cooked myself dinner. A nice thick slice of pork chop, rice, 300 milliliters, and bean sprouts and broccoli fried with garlic. That's it. Simple as that. It tastes fine. It tastes like shit, but it actually tastes fine. It's just that I don't enjoy food anymore. I just eat food because it's my duty. It's my responsibility to eat food and consume. Just I don't feel things anymore. I don't enjoy eating food now. So whatever. I'm gonna eat a jelly cup later. Okay. Actually, while cooking the food, Cindy brought home another guy. Yes, that's right. New man just dropped. New man just dropped. Um, what the fuck is even happening, dude? It's like, so a few days ago it was a white guy, and then immediately on the next day it's the same white guy, and then it's a Caribbean guy, and then tonight we have a white guy. It's pretty much happening daily now. Every night we have a new guy. Every morning it's Beyonce. Every night it's a new guy. That's pretty much the formula. She's predictable now. And so she brought in a white guy this time, but it's different. It's beard, mustache white guy, but it's different white guy from the last white guy. She's just bringing guys over again and again and again. Oh, also, speaking of visitors and white people, Meg, the white woman, came through the door suddenly this afternoon. The door was suddenly unlocked, and I was like, "Oh, what the fuck? Am I being attacked by a monster?" No, it's the other roommate, and she's like, "Hi, how are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm good." And then she's like, "Okay." She picked up some mails and left. Anyways, let's talk about this guy. So I realized that apparently this only started happening after Jared, my white roommate, had left. Then Cindy started to bring men over again and again and again, and I have no idea like if it's like Cindy's way of coping with loneliness. I guess she just can't stand living alone with someone like me, just eating food alone and whatnot. Man, you're so weak. So you cannot stand. Look at me. Look at me. I do my work alone. I live in my bedroom alone. I'm alone all the time. Okay, I eat food pretty much every single meal I've had. It's almost all of them. I've eaten them alone in the USA. I watch movies alone. I do everything alone, and I can stand it. I've embraced it. Okay, I have survived it. I don't need people anymore. Okay, but she can't stand it. Weak. I'm strong. Okay, I'm strong now. Yeah. I think I don't know what the fuck's happening. Is this like the cultural norm of Los Angeles? Is this a Californian cultural norm? I feel like it's a spectrum because on one end of the Californian spectrum, we have, hardcore liberals, wears a lot of makeup, supports, fake tits, suicide, friggin' listens to shitty pop music, goes to the club. Oh my god, that's so cool, that's so interesting, woo, type of people. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you have people like my first host, 50 something, 60 something year old white woman, locked up, conservative, old, fat, drives a shit car. That's so weird. This is the Californian spectrum, right? So I don't know if this is the cultural norm or not, but yeah, it's pretty weird. So anyways, this white guy comes and Cindy's like, "Oh, let me introduce you to my friend." So I guess they met at a bar or something, like they went drinking outside and Cindy met him and it's oh, after going to the bar, let's go to some random fucking apartment in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, so what they did was I was cooking and Cindy made him a drink and then they sat at the couch and they started talking. They had a really passionate conversation, but it started off disgusting, actually, a little bit disgusting because Cindy was like, "Oh, so how does it feel to be out of a long-term relationship and starting to date around and mess around?" Wow, I can so relate. Wow, dating around, like getting into small, casual relationships with women, going to their apartments and speaking to them and having fun and potentially getting intimate. Wow, so relatable. Yes, yes, yes. Wow, this is so relatable. Jeez. So yeah, and then apparently the guy, he had a long-term relationship, 7 years long, from high school to college. Wow, so relatable. So extremely real. I just can't. And throughout the whole conversation, I guess they just pretended that I don't exist. And I'm so fucking good at that. I'm so fucking good at not existing. That's my specialty. Okay? Stealth. Back in secondary school, if I don't say a word, if I don't move a muscle, people will literally not see me. They will literally not see me. I will become invisible. I'm so good at this, okay? Like, this is the reason why I scare Natalie. And Natalie can't scare me. I mean, Natalie does scare me sometimes, but I can scare Natalie. And I'm one of the few people who can successfully scare her. Not because I'm a scary person, but because I would just appear out of nowhere and be like, "Natalie, I wouldn't even try to scare people. And I don't mean this ironically. I'm not even joking. I scare people sometimes. Like, and this happens all the time back in my Hong Kong apartment. Like, the help would be cooking food in the kitchen, and I would just grab a drink at the kitchen, and she's gonna be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Because I would just show up. And this happens multiple times with multiple people. Like, I just show up suddenly because I'm just so stealthy. Like, boom, and I'm gone. I'm invisible. I'm so good at this, right? So that's what happened today. I'm just gone. If I want to be invisible, gone. I'm so good at this. But anyways, yeah, so the conversation went along, and I was eating my food, and they were talking about music for a while because Cindy's like, okay, I'm gonna play some music. I'm gonna play Beyonce because I'm obsessed with Beyonce lately. Yeah, no shit, I can totally say that. You've played the whole Renaissance album 4 times in front of me already. That's very obvious. But she didn't play it at the end. I guess she just forgot. But they were talking about playlists, Spotify artists, and the guy was like, I'm into all sorts of music. I'm into like jazz, funk, R&B, hip hop, rap stuff. So diverse. What a diverse taste. Not to brag, but I probably know more than him. But Cindy's like, oh, what is funk actually? I don't even know what that is. It would be fun because I could actually join the conversation. Like, I could actually join in. Because I know a lot about music. Kinda, compares to an average person, I guess. I wouldn't say I'm an expert or something. But yeah, I could have joined in the conversation. But yeah. And then afterwards they spent a whole hour just passionately talking about, once again, America's racial history and history with racism. That's the entire gist of every conversation Cindy has with anyone. American racial history. That's it. Boom, you've got it. The $1 million conversation topic. Wow, epic. And it started to turn for an interesting turn because, like, the guy actually like works for some microbiology company and works in not microbiology, biotechnology company, because he works in things like cell therapy and mRNA, whatever stuff they do with it, really, some sort of stem cell therapy vaccine. I forgot, man. It's been 2 years since I've studied that. But yeah. And they started talking about American racial history and how, like black people and white people, and oh wow, racism, but also the Democrats are not great apparently. Wow, no shit, and I didn't even listen to all their conversation because I was like looking at my phone the whole time. And they talked about. I just want to drink some water. Can I drink some water right now? How this white guy dated or spoke to this Arabic woman over some dating site, and then the Arabic woman replied saying, "Oh, you just can't handle a brown woman." And I'm more left leaning. I'm more lenient towards the left, I guess, if that makes sense. If that grammatically makes sense, but like anti-white, super socio-politically conscious /S/JK tone indicator, trigger warning, tweet type, haha, selfie people. Like, oh my god, like I do not want to run into those people in LA. That's like one of the worst things. But yeah, yeah, so they talked about all that stuff, and there's that. And a couple of things I want to say. First of all, I want to know, right? what will be Cindy's reaction when I tell her my life story. If I will probably never do that, but she would probably think I'm insane because I'm 20 years old and I've never dated, and I'm like the opposite of promiscuous, right? I was interested in one girl for 4 years straight and didn't even date her because I was such a failure and such a loser. And nobody else. And I'm 20 years old. Like, Americans at my age, at 20, probably have already dated 7, 8 people, you know? Natalie's on her 5th boyfriend, and she's already considered the most promiscuous girl I've ever met. And even Tom would agree. Even anyone would agree. So, yeah, And to think that, okay, I'm young, and when I told Cindy and Jared that I'm only 19, they're like, "You're only 19, you act so mature." And yet I've never dated, and I'm so serious, and I don't care about, as of now, I don't really care about money or fame or anything like that. All I care about is Chinese and Hong Kong politics and democracy for my people. I'm literally, like, in the eyes of an average Californian, I'm probably like a movie character. Like, I don't want to come off super interesting because I'm not. I'm not an interesting person. But to an average Californian, I might be. So people may actually freak out if I reveal like 1% of who I really am and my beliefs and my thoughts. Another thing is I realize this, I always lately, I've lived in the USA long enough to be able to tell very specific differences between East Asian culture and specifically Hong Kong culture and I guess Californian culture, Los Angeles culture. Again, shit like, we Hong Kongers are super fast and depressed, and we're always stressed out, and we don't like the idle lifestyle. LA is so laid back and so relaxing. You know what? Fuck that. I love stress. I love stress, and I love pain and suffering. And I realize these comparisons are pointless because the true Hong Konger, right, the real Hong Konger, does not even know things like this because a real Hong Konger isn't aware of American cultures enough to be able to make comparisons like, haha, we Hong Kongers are like this and we Hong Kongers are like that. But it's different though, because in California and LA and very progressive societies like this, a random black person could be like, ooh, we black people, I speak on behalf of my entire freaking race. And no, oh, I'm actually Jewish, so we Jewish are offended. And I speak on behalf of them. And I realized that if I have this mentality of, okay, I'm in LA now and I basically represent the entire fucking Hong Kong, this is actually a very Los Angeles mentality. This is actually a very Californian mentality. A real Hong Konger would not think like that. A real Hong Konger would not give a shit about, ooh, I'm going to speak on behalf of my entire frigging race of Asians? What the fuck? And also, oh, your race or your class or whatever group of people you're in, you guys do this differently than us, but we should not have such thoughts. And I'm only having such thoughts because I'm living here. Okay? So that's interesting. And I'm saying this because, again, a few days ago with the script writing club Zoom meeting, with the leadership Zoom meeting, and Aika's saying, oh, my favorite book and movies are Harry Potter, and I also really like Ready Player One, and, Aika's probably seen a few Japanese movies, but she likes Western movies more. And that makes sense. If you ask a Korean person what are their favorite movies and music, or maybe not music, what are their favorite movies? If you ask Taiwanese, if you ask Chinese, okay, not Chinese, they're walled off. They would probably think the West more, Westaboos probably. And that's because nobody ever really think, okay, I'm Asian, so I have to love film and music and everything and food for my own culture because I represent this culture. Because we would actually never think that. In fact, because we don't have enough knowledge of cultural differences, I guess, in the Western culture. It's almost like Western movies and Western music are way better than East Asian music and film. And that's true because before 2019, I also think that, Hong Kong music is shit, and it is still shit now, but I would never even give it a try, you know. So it is only because of what happened in 2019 that made me suddenly want to watch Hong Kong films and listen to Hong Kong music and care about Hong Kong. Otherwise, I would just want to leave. I remember back in Form 2, in the middle of the class, I would randomly say, oh, I hate Hong Kong. And then Mary's like, yeah. And then Queenie's like, yeah. Even the coolest girls, right? Mary and Queenie. Even they're getting me, dude. They are fucking getting me. But of course, I don't say that shit now. I love Hong Kong. I fucking love Hong Kong. I love Hong Kong so much that I would sacrifice myself, okay? Like, if I had a choice, I know this is very extreme. If some sort of deity, right? If God comes down and tells me, okay, you have two choices. You get a girlfriend now, sweet, nice, cute, kind girlfriend with a nice sense of humor who truly likes you for who you are. Or you don't get a girlfriend and you die lonely, but Hong Kong is free and democratic and China has a two-party system and everyone's free and liberal. I would honestly choose the latter. That's how much I love Hong Kong. I would sacrifice myself. Very noble indeed, I guess. But then again, I haven't experienced shit, so, there's that. And I guess that's that, I guess that's that. Again, I wish Hong Kong Student Association would do something. I want to meet more people. It doesn't have to be Hong Kongers, but I just want to meet more people, connect more, and I don't even want to think about getting girlfriends because again, I've promised myself a month ago or a few weeks ago that I need to stop thinking about relationships and dating and stuff because and not because of what Natalie said. Natalie's like, yeah, sure. If you stop thinking about it, it will come to you. Of course, it will come to you, Natalie. Of course, it will come to you, not me. You're a cute, edgy girl. People love that shit. No, but the thing is, I have to stop thinking about it because it's making me sad, and I can't change reality. I'm not God, okay? I can't change fate. I can't change reality. And there are so many things in this world outside of my control. And I just need to let it happen, okay? Me getting into a relationship or not is a natural force of life, okay? It either happens or it doesn't happen, and I'm not in control of it. It's just life and coincidences, and it's just the world's natural workings. And I have to just let it be. And if I keep thinking about it, A, I will get sadder and sadder and more miserable. But also B, if it does happen, if I do somehow get a girlfriend, at that point, I've already thought about it so much that it has gone numb. So I need to stop thinking about it. And I also said a similar thing to the guy who interviewed me. I said, I want to stay away. I want to avoid romantic films. I want to avoid romance, and that's mainly because I don't want any preconceptions, and I want to go into it clean and be myself. And he's like, wow, that's a very you're on the right track. And I feel great, but also maybe not, because I think part of the experience is to not be on the right track. I'm just that type of person, man. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Let's not think about that. Let's not. Maybe I'll never get a girlfriend. Maybe I'll never. Maybe that's it. Maybe I will never fall in love with someone ever again. Maybe I'm aromantic the whole time. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore. Okay. What matters now is whether Aika ends up in my class or not. And I need advice to get into UCLA film program. I have to get in there. Okay, I have to get into that. And again, I'm so scared because, you know, Thomas said being Asian is actually a disadvantage. Fuck, man. Don't do this to me. Oh man, my legs are so broken. But yeah, I need to get into UCLA. And yeah. And I need to sleep earlier tonight. 4:30 or 4:15 would be nice actually. And then wake up naturally tomorrow, go to Ralph's, and it's all good. Alright, time now is 2:04 p.m. on August 24th. Yeah, so I know it's not August 25th yet, but it technically will be August 25th soon in Hong Kong, so shout out to Bernice. It's Bernice's birthday. Shout out to Bernice. Alright. Anyways, I slept from 4:50 something. 4:50? I guess nearly 5. I tried my best to sleep early, I swear. To 11:30 I woke up because Cindy turned off the aircon again and she was speaking on the phone so aggressively. So last night, before I went to bed, she was already speaking French very aggressively in her own room. This morning at 11:30 she's speaking in English very aggressively outside a phone call. But you know what? Noise is fine. Again, noise is fine. Music, though, is not fine. And aircon, no aircon is not fine. So I went out and I turned on the air conditioning again. Turns out the air conditioning, yeah, it was off, but it was also higher. It was also warmer. Alright, went back to sleep real quick. And then I went back to sleep real quick, and then I slept until 2 p.m. and then here I am right now. So that's good. It's good that I'm naturally waking up a little earlier. To be fair, I also woke up partially because Cindy's playing music now. But yeah, I'm gonna sleep earlier tonight. It's gonna be great. So yeah, that is about 5 to 2. I didn't wake up all that much in the middle, so 5 to 2 is still a good 9 hours. Less than 9 hours, because I woke up a little bit in the middle. But overall, it's a good sleep, I have to admit. Alright, I got no response from anyone. The UCLA guy, no response from him yet. I haven't received any college emails about Canvas opening up or whatever. The email from Biology 3 I received yesterday is actually not a very good one. Bad news, actually. Because part of the reason why I took that class at that section is because there's one specific professor that I would like to avoid because she has terrible reviews on ratemyprofessor.com. And lo and behold, that terrible professor is now reassigned and has replaced the original professor who's going to teach my class. So, well, that's that. But hey, it doesn't really matter because I'm going to get an easy A anyways. Okay? It's America. It's a community college. It's LA. Biology there must be shit. Okay? So, easy A. But yeah, no response at all. I don't know what's going on. I hope Zara's doing well. Zara hasn't called me yet. She's probably sleeping, and she should be. Yeah, that's all, really. So last night I watched 3 episodes of Evangelion. I didn't watch Paprika at all, actually. I was so tired last night for some reason. So burnt out. And then I thought to myself, maybe I'm too burnt out. Because I didn't find myself enjoying Evangelion that much. So, I feel like maybe it's because I'm just too burnt out to enjoy it. Because, again, I worked on a short film in July, and then I worked another short film in August. 2 short films in 2 months. And then I was basically watching a movie or a TV show or an anime episode every single day, non-stop. So it's actually very tiring at this point. It was like a chore almost. So I originally planned to watch 14 movies and Hotel Del Luna and Miss Marvel, the TV show, for September. And I planned all the dates out already. Like, I planned out the schedule already for how I'm going to watch all these movies. And also on top of that, I'm taking film history class, so I'll have to watch movies from that class as well. But now I'm going to just erase it all because I realized that I watch too much and I need to rest because I don't feel like enjoying movies now either. I'm losing, I don't know. I mean, I do enjoy movies, but I just feel like there are movies I'm supposed to enjoy and that I just don't enjoy simply because I'm in a burnout. I'm a bit burnt out. So, yeah, I'm gonna stop watching movies for a while. And maybe I'll rewatch movies that I like because I realize that I don't really rewatch movies that I like for pleasure. I seldom do that. So, yeah, that's all. That's all. Not much else. I had a dream where, it's funny, because there's this guy, this HKOS guy, this Macanese guy. You remember the Macanese duo in HKOS? There was a guy who plays a guitar, right? And, he organizes these live shows and he's collaborating with very famous people. And in my dream, Fish Liu, who is an actress in Hong Kong, right? She's doing this live show and with the help of this guy, and for some reason I'm like close to them now. So I'm like friends with them now. So they're talking to me and I'm talking to them and it's all fun. I don't know. It's a very weirdly happy dream, I guess. Okay, what am I gonna do today? Nothing, not much. I'm gonna go to Ralph's, buy myself some fruit juice, eggs, whatever. And I look forward to doing that because I seriously lack food. In my fridge, it's nearly empty and it's bad. That's all. I'm gonna watch Paprika and I'm gonna finish Ava tonight. Again, I hope Ike ends up in my class. Because so far, LA actually has been disappointing. So far, round 2 hasn't been all that entertaining. I mean, the fact that, when I went to the well and I learned that I didn't have a shift, I still somehow got Hana's Instagram and everything. And, I just remembered my second dream. It's related to Hana. I was at church or something. And, oh boy, I'm so happy I just remembered. And I hung out with someone, and Hana was there too, and that someone's mom called me later on that day, asking me if her son had like attacked me and sexually assaulted Hana or not. It's really weird. Something along the lines of that, or was his son sexually harassed or not. And I said, no, it's all good. It's all good, Very weird. And Hana's not Hana's real name, actually. But I keep saying Hana in the dream by accident because I'm just so used to calling her by her false name now. But yeah, anyways, I look forward to seeing Hana again. And that's it. That is actually literally all for today. I haven't bought any tickets for Blue Island yet because last night when I checked, there's still tons of seats. So there's that. And Thomas wants to call me again. So, all right. All right, it's 5:06. I finally got back home. This is what I got. Okay, this better. Spaghetti. beef patties. My shoelaces are fucking garbage, by the way. Chicken thighs. Chicken salad. Salad. Americans, man. Mango pineapple juice. Lay's Original Classic. Snickers. Roman lettuce. 2 tomatoes. Sliced cheese. New breakfast, cherry croissants. Of course, gotta have eggs. And then I believe that's it. Alright, time now is 8:56 p.m. I don't know, man. I don't know. So I just finished watching Paprika, and before that I ate some chicken salad and drank some juice, and apparently that's already enough calories. Like, that's already around like 600 calories apparently, so I guess I'll just believe in that. I went to Google and searched. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go back to Ralph's tomorrow to retrieve my toilet paper, which I did not get. Yeah, so there's that. And tomorrow I'm going to go watch Blue Island. Okay, before I watch Paprika, Thomas called me, and he said he probably can't film this Friday because he hadn't received any feedback, any response from Kat, because Kat is asking the professor, the film class professor, if it's okay to use the classroom as a filming location, but the professor hadn't gotten back, so Kat hadn't gotten Thomas back, apparently. So we don't know if we can use the classroom for filming on Friday, thus we cannot. But if that's the case, then Aika probably cannot film as well. Second of all, a lot of the potential actors and actresses that Thomas wanted to work with, they also hadn't gotten back to Thomas, which means that Thomas is still extremely underprepared for his short film. He still doesn't have actors, props, equipment he's not sure of, filming locations, schedule, budget, literally everything. And he's modifying his script right now because some dialogues are too cringy. He just literally cannot do it. So, unfortunately, I will not be going to the shoot this Friday. And yeah, that's sad because if Aika does go, that's pretty much my only chance unless Aika ends up in my class. But now that chance is gone, so now Aika must end up in my class, regardless, whatever, you know? So I'm really hoping that happens. Pepper's back, I guess. Pepper yesterday made an Instagram story about being on the plane, not on the plane, at the airport. So she's back. JT's probably back right now. Yeah, a lot of people are back. And I went to Ralph's today, even though I bought $70-something worth of money, $72 worth of money. I still realize it's not enough food. For some reason, it's still not enough. I still need more. So I don't know. I'm at a very desolate situation right now where I realize I don't have enough food, and I hate eating food again. I don't enjoy eating food again, but now I probably won't be able to see Aika at all, and there's a 50% chance Aika may not end up in my class. There's a 99% chance that I may not end up in UCLA. The UCLA guy is not responding to me. And I'm also having an issue where I realize I watch too many movies. I just finished watching one, and I'm at a bit of a burnt out, and I'm kind of frustrated actually. And my plastic bag keeps falling. That's great. Nothing's going well. Nothing is going well in my life right now. It's not bad. It's not going poorly, but it's not going well. There's nothing, you know? Yeah, yeah, so I hate to deliver this news, but there's nothing going on right now. I'm still really tired, and I'm still not motivated to edit my short film at all. I just want to rest. I feel like I've overworked myself in a sense that and Cindy's back. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just want to... Is she back? I hear key sounds. Well, I'm gonna film a movie review. Hold up. As you can probably tell, my burger was not very successful. I put in the cheese slice before the burger patty itself was even cooked, so I kept cooking it, and then it's basically all burnt. All the cheese is burnt to a crisp. So that's 2 slices of cheese gone. Alright, this is my burger. Let's go. Fuck, okay. I made this. Yes. Cheers. Honestly, it's not bad. It just tastes like any other burger, like any other homemade burger. It's actually not bad. Alright, time now is 12:20 after midnight. I'm just gonna wrap it up today. Yeah, quite an uneventful day. 4 words, you know what those 4 words are. Went to Ralph's, forgot toilet paper. That's pretty much it. Though a couple of things did kinda happen. Thomas called me again, saying that he has found the actor to play one of his characters, and this Friday or Saturday he's going to film it. So there's that. And again, I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but he's definitely more unexperienced than me in experience. So he literally has no idea what he's doing right now. With the equipment, with the props, with the crew, he has 0 clue. And I'm trying my best to help the guy, but poor dude. I guess, a couple more interesting incidents before I cooked the dinner, which, by the way, is I tried to make a burger. This is actually the first time I tried to make a burger from scratch. I just realized that it never really occurred to me, but this is actually the first time I actually tried to make a burger, not from scratch, but like I actually tried to build one. And it's not that complicated because I already got the burger buns. I've cooked beef patties before. I just need to put them together. That's it. And it's honestly not bad, but again, beef patties are one of the most difficult meats you can cook. That I have cooked, actually, at least. But yeah, it's fine. It was a little pink in the middle, so I may get food poisoning tonight, which is unfortunate. But yeah, it's also pretty... I don't know what the fuck's wrong with food and stuff, but no matter how much food I buy, I just don't have enough. I just don't have enough. I go to my meal plan spreadsheet, I look at my fridge, I look at my cabinet, and I realize I don't have enough food. Let alone being able to choose what sort of foods I'd like to eat, So yeah, there's that. Okay, but anyways, two important things, kind of important. Number one is before I cook dinner, someone randomly ringed the doorbell, and I'm like, okay, is this another guy? Is Cindy bringing on another guy here? Yes, it is another guy, but this time Cindy doesn't know him. And I didn't really care. Like, I was just using my laptop. I didn't want to look outside. I didn't really care. Turns out the guy came here to look at the apartment because apparently he's about to sign the lease to rent the room over there. I'm spinning around right now, so over there, there, there. um. So out of okay. Suddenly Cindy's like, Enoch, Enoch. I open the door. And turns out it's an East Asian dude. Looks Chinese. Definitely not Korean. Definitely not Japanese. Looks Chinese, but speaks pretty much perfect American English. So, I don't know. But that's not the main point. Okay, so first of all, we have an East Asian dude living here. Not as cool as an East Asian woman, but a dude. Okay, I'll take it. And also, he's about to sign the lease. By that, he means tonight. So he looked at the place, he liked it, he thought it's clean. He's like, ooh, cool, perfect, nice, nice. And he's about to sign the lease. But also, he's a college student. And he's studying in none other than the one and only UCLA. And that is very beneficial for me, actually, because the UCLA guy on Discord, he's not responding to me. So guess what? If I get close to this new potential roommate, I may somehow find my way into the UCLA film group. I know it's very ambitious and unlikely, but that's probably the only way. So that's actually beneficial. I feel like when the East Asian, I'm just gonna call him the Chinese American guy, the CA guy. When the CA guy spoke with Cindy, I was just like in the back, like looking and scheming because I was thinking, oh, he's from UCLA. Ooh, I could do this. Maybe there's another way around this. So I'm being extremely calculated right now. But also, while having lunch, suddenly my phone buzzed because I put my phone on vibration mode. So Pepper WhatsApped me. What in the fuck? So Pepper asked me, hey, are you gonna help Thomas do his short film? And of course I didn't answer her right away because if she doesn't answer me right away, then I wouldn't answer her right away. It's reciprocal. But I eventually didn't. I said, yeah, but Thomas is, still looking for actors, and he said he won't film in mid-September. And Pepper's like, lol, Thomas just told me that he's gonna film this weekend. And I'm like, oh yeah, he's gonna film one scene. Which, by the way, I've already mentioned. The aforementioned. I and Pepper talked a little bit more. I asked Pepper if she had done her short film, and she said, yeah, she's filmed most of the scenes in Hong Kong already, so she did not tell me. So during the quarantine hotel period, I was like, okay, I told Pepper, when am I going to film this? And I asked Pepper to promise that she's going to show me her script and tell me about her short film, because she literally promised. So now she's in between a rock and a hard place. She either doesn't tell me and feel guilty about it, or she has to tell me. Like, there's no other way around because she promised. So she went with the former. She filmed it without letting me know. Alright. I guess she just forgot, but I literally told her, like, if you are gonna film your short film, would it be cool if you let me know? And she's like, yeah, sure. And then she does not. Atta girl. Yeah. Way to go. But she said she filmed most scenes, so she will be filming some scenes in LA. So I guess I could help, but she probably didn't forget. It's just that she doesn't want me on her set. She just doesn't want to have anything to do with me. But she did ask another question. She asked me what's the rent of this apartment, how much is this apartment. She asked me if I live in this avenue, and I'm like yes. And then she asked me what's the rent because she's planning maybe this could be a possible option to live in here. So it's funny. So Kevin asked me what's the rent here and is it good here, and then Pepper asked me now, so that's good. Imagine if Pepper actually lived here. Of course she wouldn't be living in the same apartment because we already got Cindy, and we also already got the Chinese American dude who's gonna move in. He's 23 years old. It's a good thing that Pepper's not like actually living with me in the same apartment though. That's actually a good thing, because seeing each other at school is one thing, living together in the same space is another thing. Okay, let me tell you that. But yeah, if she does live in the same building as I am, it might be a bit funny, you would say, because we're also on the same Wednesday Film 32 class. And if that's the case, then we would have to leave the apartment and take the same bus at the same time, thus forcing each other to see each other constantly, which is both funny but also concerning. So yeah, I have no idea. I guess final note here is if Thomas was to film the one scene this Friday or Saturday, if he does it on Friday, or if he does it on Saturday, this means that I will go to Nijia Market on Friday, which means I will buy more food there, and I don't have to buy more food at Ralph's tomorrow, because I'm going back to Ralph's tomorrow to pick up the toilet paper. And that's awesome, because I'm not wasting money now, because a couple nights ago, or I think last night, I registered my tap card, so now I can take buses for free again, which is awesome. So today I actually didn't spend any transportation money, which is awesome. But I thought to myself, okay, I don't have enough food, right? So maybe I can go back to Ralph's and buy more tomorrow, while picking up my toilet paper. Actually, I don't have to now, because on Friday I can buy more in Nijia Market. So that's that. But yeah, that's all for today. I am right now, as of now, I'm less excited about my future, more concerned, and not in a stressful way, but in a way I think it's going to be very boring. If Ica doesn't end up in the same class as my class, then it will not lead anywhere. There will be no future, unless I don't know. I'm literally checking my emails every day, hoping that I will receive an email saying that the canvas opened up and whatever, Well, I guess that's that. And right, the screenwriters club, the script writing club of my college, right? I'm the vice chairperson, but the person who is managing the social media, the Instagram account, is actually none other than Aika herself. And then today I saw an Instagram story from her. I'm just gonna say her. It's from the club, but literally it's her. Actors needed. Late September, we're gonna do a short film. So now Aika's also delaying her production, and she's literally using the Scriptwriters Club account for help. It's a cry for help. And Thomas is the fucking president, but Thomas can't do it because Thomas doesn't have control over the Instagram account. Aika has, and Thomas doesn't have the balls to ask her for access. It's so bad. It's so bad. Everything is just a shit show right now. I'm so glad I filmed both of my short films right now, and all I need to do is just edit them. Aika's delaying her production. I'm actually impressed that Pepper actually did film it, because I thought Pepper's the, whatever procrastination, let's just go drinking and smoking, whatever the fuck in Mongkok type of girl. Oh, I guess not. I guess she did something. So yeah. You can tell that, like, in Hong Kong, I'm kind of dreary and melancholic, and then the moment I return to LA, my cynicism has returned. My hatred for the world and the society has returned. And it feels bad. I honestly just want to throw up, really. I just want to go back to Hong Kong. I mean, my dad's always in the bathroom, and my room's small and whatever, and it's always wet. It's actually like there's typhoon in Hong Kong right now. But I wish I was back. In an alternate universe, maybe I went to Hong Kong Baptist University, and maybe I met a girl there, and maybe that's Mary, because Mary also goes there, or maybe not, and it doesn't matter, right? What the fuck am I doing here in Los fucking Angeles?